SAFC Fan TV would like to say a massive thank you to our sponsors, OneFootball, for supporting our channel. This is the only football app you will ever need. Every football fan should have it. You can follow your team, including all the news on Sunderland AFC. Keep up to date with all the players' latest stats. See how well they are doing throughout the season. To download this app, there is a link in the description below. Make sure you download that. And thanks again to OneFootball for your continued support of the channel.
Hello and welcome to SAFC Fan TV with myself, DJ Earth. I'm going to be previewing this Saturday's match, Sunderland against Wycombe Wanderers. Now, when you think about it, the years ago when we were 4-0 up against Chelsea for about 35 minutes with Quinn and Phillips, you know, we would have laughed at the likes of these clubs, wouldn't we? Wycombe, we would have thought, Wycombe? You know, it shows you how far we've dipped, how far we've fallen, because we're now looking at this game saying it's going to be a tricky tie. It's going to be a tricky tie, so that's how far we've fallen. Of course, Wycombe Wanderers, they were founded in 1887. They're the third club in history to do the non-league double, of course winning the FA Trophy as well as the league. The stadium is Adams Park, manager is Gareth Ainsworth, and their average attendance last season when they were in the Championship was 5,521, and their player I would say to watch out for is Sam Vokes. Dangerous little terrier, that fella. So there we are. They're nothing to be sniffed at. They did come straight back down last season, but you know, they've had the experience being up there. You know, it'll be a tricky game. As for Sunderland, of course, for choices and stuff, I would definitely, you know, Patterson is a no-brainer in goal. We've got the choices, of course, of defenders of Willis, Alves, Doyle, Sirkin, Flanagan, Higgins, and it's nice, isn't it, to for the first time to have these choices, and decent choices as well. Of course, Wright, Younger and Hemalji, I think that's how you pronounce it. And of course, we've got into the midfield now. We've got Evans, Embleton and Gooch. I would drop Gooch because I think he's been off the pace. He's just not himself, and I would possibly bring him on as a sub because he's been very, very miss more than hit these last few matches. Luke O'Nien, Winchester, Taylor midfielder, and we look a bit further, we have got Alex Pritchard midfield, Jack Diamond and Dan Neal, and we have McGeady and Hawks who to choose from. McGeady is another player I would sort of possibly bring on as a sub because he's another one that's been very sort of missed, hasn't he? He's, you know, when he's on fire, he's on fire. But he's just not been doing it for me the last few games, and we need to get off to a really, really cracking good start against Wycombe, and none of this like score a goal and sit back claptrap on this 1-goal lead. Nathan Broadhead or Brian, which I thought, you know, he had a cracking game. It's going to do nothing but really do his confidence the world to good, getting that hat-trick. I know one was a deflection, but they're all gone in. Especially with the goal that stood out for me was with that side-splitting pass. I think it was from Dan Neal, and his first touch, and he just passed it into the back of the net. Aidan O'Brien, to me, was he was a cracking job on the other night against Blackpool. Definitely start him alongside Ross Stewart. Will Grigg, like I say, what's he doing? Where's he at? What's he going? Where's he gone? Nobody knows. So I'm predicting, I would say Sunderland 3, Wycombe Wanderers 1. I think they will get a goal. I think Vokes, I think they'll get one. And I'm going to go for our goal scorers. I'm going to go for Embleton if he gets a start. And I'm going to go for O'Brien. And I'm going to go for Stewart. And that is my predictions. Weather's going to be decent this weekend. It's going to be mild, with lots of sunny spells. So, you know, it'll be a decent crowd. I reckon about 35,000. But if the lads start playing well, it doesn't take long for the fans to start piling into that ground. I just want to see some good performances. Of course, the last home game against Wimbledon, it was a very, very scrappy affair. And I think a lot of fans have been a bit sort of harsh on them, saying like, oh, they played absolute rubbish, or that it was just... You're going to get these games in Division 1. Yeah, I don't care what you say. You're going to get teams that's going to come up that's just going to be scrappy. They're not going to allow you to play. They're going to park the bus, park the transit van, park the hot dog van, whatever you want to call it. And it's not going to be pretty to play against. But as long as Sunderland come out with the 3 points, then that's all we need. I'm not bothered how scrappy it is. Never ever complain against a win, for a win, should I say. But yeah, I think Sunderland need to come off the blocks, and I need to start the game with intent, and get the goals in, and not to sit back. And it'd be nice if we could play 2 halves of football as well, because for years we've just been a 1-half team. I keep reverting back to that Portsmouth game at the final at Wembley. We were all over them first half, and second half were just non-existent. How many games have we been like that? Lincoln in the playoff second leg at the stadium, we were the same, all over them first half, second half, there. We need to show who's bossing this league, and we need to get at them from the start right through till 90 minutes plus. And that's the way we're going to do it and get out of this division. None of this half-hearted effort, this first half performance, or just a second half performance, 90-minute performance. And with the crowd getting behind these players, Lee Johnson hasn't experienced really the stadium yet, as he has not experienced the fans and how loud that stadium can be. And there's a lot of them players either. So they're in for a nice surprise if they start playing well, because, when that stadium does get full, it blows the roof off. We all know that. So there we go. That's my preview of the game this Saturday. Travel safe, be soberish, enjoy your hot dogs, whatever, or your burgers or your fish finger sandwiches. Be safe, enjoy the game in good spirit, and hopefully we're returning home with 3 points. We'll see you later. Toodaloo.